Papa's watch isn't ever early.
Well, I'm never late.
You're awful. What'd you bring?
Food from the kitchen. My mother put it on the counter to package it away. Didn't put it away in time, though.
But what food? Anything that isn't a carbohydrate?
There's some butter in here somewhere. Really soft by now. Really easy to spread. That's not a carb, right? That's the cow one.
Dairy.
Dairy. So, yeah.
I'm not going to eat bread and butter for the next 12 hours.
Suit yourself.
Late. Fuck you, we never set a time. Oh, we said we'd be here at 8. It's 8:30. You said we would. I never said anything, and I wasn't paying attention. But I thought you were getting early. We look sloppy. We are sloppy. Is that bread? What if Edgar doesn't join anymore because we're all a nightmare that can't even decide on a time to start the meeting?
I thought you said we couldn't invite him to join us.
I didn't say that. I said we have to pretend like we don't want him to join, so then he wants it more. That seems manipulative.
Do you have any butter?
It's not manipulative, it's calculated. I'm being smart about this. I don't want people to come and join if they aren't dedicated. Dedication doesn't have anything to do with this, and besides, we need someone new. You already drove Thomas away. Okay, I didn't drive him away. He wasn't cut out for this. At the last meeting, you said it was a good thing we were standing next to a tomb because you were going to kill him. It was clearly hyperbole. You grabbed a shovel, threw it at him, and told him to start digging. Yeah, it would have been cool if you weren't such a bitch about it. I said that to all of you at some point. It's not my fault you can't take a joke.
Can I have the butter? What did the cards say tonight?
They're not happy. They were not happy when I left, and they almost told me not to come at all.
Nellie, I don't want to hear about the spirits tonight.
You'd better be kind to him. He's small.
Edgar? He's not small. He's 11. He's practically the man of the house.
What was that? Could be a dog. A big dog? A small bear?
I'm here!
He ran the whole way.
And I'm not even out of bed.
He said that 5 times now.
And I wasn't.
Looks like we're all here then. Thank you all for being late.
I thought we never agreed on a time.
Okay, obviously we had to agree on a time, otherwise no one would have shown up in the first place. I'm right, you're all wrong. Let's start with the meeting. Secretary Brewer, start the meeting.
First names, please.
Secretary Ida doesn't sound as good.
Well, I like my first name better than my last.
Oh my god.
Fine. I, Secretary Ida Brewer, officially call this meeting of the Unnamed Children's Protection League of Adolescent Vigilantes to order.
We haven't changed that name.
Item 1 on the agenda. Fix the name.
No. Initiation has to come first.
When we were making the itinerary, you said...
Forget what I said. We have to discuss the Edgar issue first.
Wait, the Edgar issue?
The interrogation process may commence.
What?
What prayers do you
How
say
old were you when you
before
first witnessed death? Have you ever been a person
What torture have you ever gotten in your
Have you
life?
ever seen a ghost?
How old were you the second time you witnessed death? According to your play last night, follow-up question, is it because you think Mom isn't good at cooking?
What clues do you use to spot a vampire?
Well, the teeth, they're sharp, and the claws will scratch at you, and then there's the blood around the mouth because they suck blood from necks. They suck blood from necks. They're really pale and tall, and then they wear black and look old and come out of graves to kill us. Okay, I say he's in.
Come on, for it. He knows all the vampire facts. He should be a part of the team.
I don't know if he's dedicated enough.
Oh, I am, please! I am.
Prove it.
I won't leave the tomb until the sun comes up. I promise. I'll stand guard and keep eyes open at all times. I won't sleep at all. I'll watch. I'll be ready to protect. I won't even let food distract me.
Swear.
On what?
Swear on the tomb.
Laura, come on, that's malicious.
What does malicious mean?
It means she's an asshole.
Alice!
Swear.
Fine. I swear.
No, say, I, Edgar Brewer, do swear to stand next to Couchstream for the rest of my time with the unnamed Children's Protection League of Adolescent Vigilantes, and if I do not, the body of Ira Couch may haunt me and make a ghost out of me.
I can't remember all of that.
Oh my god, he swears! Can we get on with this?
Fine. Edgar, I decided to let you become a full member of the unnamed Children's Protection League of Adolescent Vigilantes. Great, now let's change the name. Not yet. We have to hold the initiation ceremony. Priestess Grimm, will you?
Hi, priestess.
Fine. Hi, Priestess Grimm.
Hi, priestess Nellie Grimm.
Story.
With reference. It was long ago, in a time of kings and knights, princesses and royal kingdoms, and most importantly, the dragon.
Large lizard.
It's a dragon.
Dragons don't exist.
Well, it's not as thematic if the town is held hostage by a lizard instead of a dragon, is it?
God, fine. A dragon.
Thank you. St. George was a holy knight from long ago, a brave warrior who fought in battle, protecting the innocent and destroying the evildoers. Traveling from land to land, kingdom to kingdom, he made a vow to be a savior to all. After doing his good deeds, he wanders into the outskirts of a town on the brink of ruin, where he meets an old person. St. George says to the old person, "We never discussed this. Improvise."
Old person, why does the town look so poorly?
And the old person says,
The dragon has been making sacrifices of our town. All the women, young and old, are gone, except for the princess, but she is to march to her death. The king has said that anyone who kills the dragon can marry the princess. Oh, please, St. George.
you don't know his name.
Oh, please, sir. Oh, please, sir. Help our kingdom before the dragon can terrorize us any longer.
So St. George goes to look for the dragon.
Lizard.
Dragon! And he finds him curled up in a cave, asleep. St. George sneaks in, his weapon drawn, and swings! The dragon wakes up!
Really?
The dragon throws St. George against the cave wall.
I'm not throwing Ida.
The dragon throws St. George against the cave wall.
Nellie, I'm not being thrown.
The dragon throws St. George against the
We
cave
have
wall.
to speed this up. This is tradition.
If I get maimed, I'm walking out of here, Laura.
Nellie, we have to speed this up.
The dragon throws St. George against the cave wall in an epic fight that no one gets to see because I'm surrounded by losers who don't understand the climactic and theatrical storytelling.
Nellie.
The battle moves on. Left and right, back and forth, they dodge, shouting, roaring, crying with rage. St. George throws a spear. It hits the dragon, but it does no good. The dragon swings his tail and throws St. George into the wall again. St. George throws another spear. The dragon hits George. George flies into the wall. George throws another spear.
This up.
George throws 5 more spears. All clatter off the dragon's metallic scales. He reaches for another spear, but they're all gone. He goes to his last resort, his sword. He takes a deep breath. One final attempt at victory. He throws the sword and he hits the dragon directly under the wing, the only unexposed part of the skin. The dragon releases a final cry and falls to the floor, never moving again. St. George has killed the dragon.
Great.
St. George travels back to the town. Holding
one of the dragon's scales as proof.
Put that rock down. It's been in the dirt.
He approaches the king and he hands him the scale. The king, so greatly pleased with the dragon's death, gives St. George his daughter's hand in marriage. And the two of them love each other deeply until the end of their days. You can clap now.
Was I supposed to be taking minutes during that? Because I was not.
We are all St. George. We are the protectors of this town. Without us, Chicago would burn to the ground.
It already did. 17 years ago.
But it won't ever again. And that's all because of us. We will protect everyone here. We will stop any threat, any monster, especially any vampire. It's up to us to save this town.
You really think we can?
We have to. Vampires have been swarming the area.
Swarming?
Uh-huh. I saw one last week.
You did not?
Did too. It was Mr. Rendall. He was all pale and thin, and I saw blood in his mouth. He's definitely a vampire.
Didn't Mr. Rendall have a fever 3 weeks ago?
Yeah, and then he died.
He died from becoming a vampire,
He died from fever.
which was a direct result from becoming a vampire. And that's our job. We have to save this town from vampires, one person at a time. Which brings me to my next point of business, a new name. Ida, catch Edgar up.
We're gonna change the group name.
Can you elaborate?
We're gonna change the group name from something bad to something probably worse.
Oh, read the name! Please don't make her.
Read the list, Ida.
I don't want to.
Read the damn list.
Minutes of the meeting on November 23rd, 1888. 8 in the evening, begin the meeting. 8:07, talk about our days. 8:10, Laura yells at everyone to actually begin the meeting. 8:11, discuss new group names as the Unnamed Children's Protection League of Adolescent Vigilantes is extremely long and wordy. The list of new names are as follows. The Kids Brigade, Woods Children, Children in the Woods, Children of the Woods, Fang Protectors, Young Saviors, Vampire Bait,
I came up with that one.
Courageous Hearts of St. George, The Watchful Eye, and, of course, Vampires Are Bad.
That cannot be a name.
It's written down!
And it has to be an option?
The rules state that we have to vote.
It's also boring.
I'm not feeling any essence.
I don't want to vote for any of them.
But we have to vote.
None of them are good
They
names,
don't
though.
have any,
Like, spirit to them. You know?
Yeah.
Like, I just think
Okay,
there's
I think vampire.
Alright. Stop!
I vote for St. George.
You also suggested that name.
I have an idea.
No, you don't.
I do.
I can guarantee you don't.
So just let her say it. It can't be any worse than vampires are bad.
Also came up with that.
Ida, get your pen ready. You're going to want to write this one down.
I won't.
Vampire hunters. Vampire hunters!
I like it.
It's the best name we have, regrettably.
So the name's Vampire Hunters?
No. No.
You have reservations?
No, listen. Are we really about to do this? We're changing our name, our eloquent, encapsulating name from the Unnamed Children's Protection League of Adolescent Saviors to Vampire Hunters?
Vigilantes.
What did you just say to me?
You said the Unnamed Children's Protection League of Adolescent Saviors. It is the Unnamed Children's Protection League of Adolescent Vigilantes.
Not for long.
Stop talking. means I'm the leader.
Why can't I be the leader?
You're the secretary. I should be the leader.
No, look in my notebook. November 9th, 1888. A running list of the hierarchy of the unnamed children's protection guidelines. Head knight, secretary, declarer of war, lookout, that's you, Edgar, and lowest gesture.
Wait, what about Nellie?
Nellie's the high priestess.
Why is Nellie the high priestess?
She needs a job.
I can come into contact easily with the supernatural and the dead.
She's Nellie.
I think Nellie should be the leader. She's the kindest.
But Nellie isn't in line to be the leader.
Why not?
Separation of church and state.
I'm the leader, and what I say goes.
According to the minutes from the November 2nd meeting, you said that we're a democracy, and when there's a division, we have to vote on it. So, we need to vote on the name.
Did you get that from me in writing?
No, but you requested to sign the notebook at the end of every meeting so you can acknowledge and correct the notes as you see fit. So you signed off on it.
Fine. Who votes to change the name, the Courageous Hearts of St. George? Who votes to keep the name the Unnamed Children's Protection League of Adolescent Vigilantes? Who votes to change the name to the Vampire Hunters?
Okay, it's settled. The first meeting of Vampire Hunters is now in session. Next order of business, determining the watch.
What?
The watch.
Idiot.
We split up into groups of 2 and take shifts. I start with Alice. Once our shift is over, 4 hours, Phoebe and Nellie stay awake. Then it's Edgar and Laura.
I won't work with him.
You have to, it's on the sheet.
Then change it.
We can't change the sheet.
Why not?
Edgar is here to replace Thomas. Thomas would always work with you.
We've only had 3 meetings. It's not too late to change it.
You've only had 3 meetings.
No, Laura, it's routine. We don't mess with routine.
She's right. We have to do it this way. I want to watch with Nellie, and Nellie wants to watch with me.
They're the only person here who can accept the truth that the spirit brings.
Alice and Ida want to stay together, and that leaves me with Edgar.
Well, why don't Alice or Ida want to watch with me?
I like Alice.
And I hate you.
I refuse to watch for vampires with a child.
What kind of a leader are you? If you don't take the smallest of us under your wing, cherish him. Teach him the ways of life.
I thought we decided that she wasn't the leader.
Vampires feed off the youngest anyway. So if you really wanted to catch a vampire, this would be the way to do it.
Nellie, if they feed off the youngest, then why did Frank Mail go missing 3 weeks ago? He's in his 40s.
All his siblings were older.
This cannot be the bar for this.
One has to go with Edgar. That's final.
I disagree.
Let's vote. Settled. Start spreading out the
You
blankets.
can't tell them to start spreading out the blankets. You aren't the leader.
Spread out.
Spread out the blankets. I said first, so they're listening to me.
She doesn't need to.
She has to.
She blessed him last time.
What if Frank Mail shows up? And if he's a vampire, he's here, he could kill us all.
If Frank Mail shows up and he's a vampire, then we have to invite him into our campground.
A possible misconception. We should be prepared.
Wait, Frank Mail is a vampire?
Of course he is. Where do you think he's been?
I didn't know he went anywhere.
Read the papers, Edgar. He went missing just after Halloween. Vampires got him.
I just want you to fill in. I know what we're doing, Ida.
I tried, but I tried. But Mother wouldn't let me tell him about the vampire stories. She doesn't even know he's here. She said I frighten him. I tried reading Frankenstein to him and he couldn't sleep.
Mom's scared me too much.
Little do you know, the real monster is humanity and its incessant need for legacy and failed attempts at improving the world. Actually, it's really interesting that all of Victor's cruelty towards his own
I
creation
know, you're
is-
scaring him. He's shaking.
He should be. The real world is scary. He has to be prepared for the worst.
and their claws,
And the blood they cough up.
and their pants,
And the notion that anyone you love could turn into one at any second.
And also Frankenstein.
Actually, I'm thinking of Frankenstein's monster. The doctor is named Frankenstein.
I know what I said.
Wait, we don't know if Frank Mail even turned into a vampire or not?
Yes, we do. Minnie Mail said that he had to be taken by vampires, and she's his wife, so she'd know.
Just because she's his wife doesn't mean that she can tell if he got taken by vampires or not.
Yeah, it does. She's smart.
She's not smart. She drinks water from the lake.
So?
There's cholera in the lake. The doctor said so. He told everyone that.
Oh, what does that mean?
If she's stupid enough to drink cholera lake water, how do we know she's not stupid enough to make up some story about her husband?
We can trust her. She had me watch her 2 children one night while she went out looking for Frank.
We clearly can't trust her. She had Nellie watch her 2 children the night.
Regardless of whether or not we can or can't trust her, we don't stop looking until he's found. We all have to do our part, and our part is waiting until dawn every Friday for the vampires to come out.
How do we know when it's time to switch?
Educated guessing.
Our biological clocks.
With this. Someone will be watching it at all times, making sure they have the shifts right down to the minute. Alice, you're in charge of it for now.
I will absolutely not keep my eye on it at all, and will purposefully make all the shifts 3 minutes off.
Don't you dare.
Where's the watch's crown? I want to set it off by an hour.
Do not.
Do you turn it left or right?
If you change that watch even by a second, I'll tear you apart and hide the piece in my cellar.
Calm down, Laura. I'm just playing around.
You better be. Now, can everyone go to sleep, please? I don't know, it's my first watch.
Oh. Why?
This is stupid.
Right, but why are you screaming?
I'm sick of sitting still. All this fidgeting, looking at my hand, shaking. It's dumb. It's dumb. This is dumb. I want to run. I want to climb a tree, and I want to be in bed asleep. This is fucking dumb.
You're repeating yourself.
Because it's dumb!
Oh, hi! Calm down. We can fix this. Is the needle too dull?
Life is too dull.
I'm gonna remind you that we're sitting next to a grave marker waiting to be attacked by vampires. Do you want me to be quiet?
I just want something to change. I'm not excited by any of this routine.
And
And I want to change it.
can you please just speak in complete sentences? Ones that make a little more sense to someone that isn't you?
There has to be more to this, right? Like being bossed around and by some 13-year-old who barely knows how to read, and sitting on the chair at home and bordering some picture of a dog, maybe a dog, a cat. It's an animal, but I can't really tell. I'm not meant for this.
That's why I don't embroider. You could join me. We can make a book club. I'm reading A Strange Case of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde right now. You'd have to rush a little bit to catch up, or maybe you could read it once I'm finished. I took it from my father's bookshelf. I'm sure he would notice if I kept it a little longer. He hasn't read it since I bought it last year.
I don't want a book club. I just want something more. Do you want something more?
I mean, I wanted a book club, and if not that, I want to finish reading the book.
Something real.
My book is real. I'm holding it in my hand.
A dream. A goal.
I don't know. School, maybe?
You already go to school.
What if I wanted to go to more school?
More school?
I want to go to a university, a college.
A college.
One for women. I've been reading about them, and I talked to the librarian. She gave me this.
That's a small pamphlet.
There's not a lot of history of women in college for some reason. But look, published last year. Information for me about colleges for women. The librarian said it was rare, so not many places have it. And there's no author, and paper doesn't tear easily.
Please get to the point.
Right. Just look inside. Different information about colleges. There aren't that many, not for women, at least. But I think if I try hard enough, I'll be able to do it. And there's not a lot of things I can learn. I won't be able to do a lot of jobs still, but I could teach. I'm good at teaching. I'm good at learning too.
Well, what about money?
I'll save.
It's a lot of money.
Then I'll save a lot.
I know you're 12. What if you change your mind?
You asked me what I want. I don't want to change my mind. I want to go to school. I want to learn so I can teach others how to learn. Look around. There are stupid people everywhere. You said it yourself. Minnie Male drinks water from the lake. My own brother won't open up a book because he's too afraid of what's inside. And you've seen Phoebe. They're sweet, but that's really all they are. This whole town is dying, Alice, and I don't want to die with it.
What do you even need to do to go?
I don't know. Know multiplication and how to read. Learn Latin, learn Greek. I'm sure it won't be too difficult to manage. I only just started looking into it earlier this week.
And are they even going to let you in?
I could. I'm smart. I'm damn smart. I'm in class with you and Nellie, and you're 2 years older than I am. And I'm even the student monitor. They gave me a badge and everything. I want to be challenged. I know all there is to know for a kid my age. I've read the Bible twice, and that's a hard book. You haven't even read the Bible.
Oh, why read it when they're just going to tell the stories at church?
I can do this, Alice. I really know it.
So you're really just going to leave? Just like that? As soon as schooling is over, you're packing your bags and going to Massachusetts or Virginia or wherever they let you go?
Is that so surprising? You said you wanted to.
Yeah, eventually. Not right now, though. Not for a while. I'm still a kid.
Why not? The earlier you leave, the more time you'd have everywhere else.
Because I miss it all too much.
So if I could recap for a second, you said there has to be more for you than this town, but you can't find too much more, otherwise you'd miss all this?
Yes.
Did I get that right?
Yes.
That doesn't make any sense.
I don't know! Stop asking me questions! You're stressing me out!
I'm stressing you out? How do you think I feel? You've been trying to talk me out of pursuing a higher education.
I only wanted to make sure that you were thinking it through.
Thinking it through? Alice, you don't even know what you want to do. Your emotions are contradicting themselves.
I never said that I had plans to leave here, just that I wanted to leave!
Stop shouting! Stop shouting. We're gonna wake everyone up.
I don't want to miss anything. Not yet. Later, when we're all adults and only see each other while we're walking down the streets or at a wedding, then I won't miss things. But now, I'll miss it now. I'll miss it a lot.
Miss what?
Anything with you. And Edgar, and Ellie, and Phoebe. But, I mean, even Laura. Maybe Laura. What happens if I leave, though? Like, run off somewhere and you all stay here?
I already told you, I'm not staying here.
Everyone stays here. It's Chicago. You're born here, you live here, you die here. You go to the same school as everyone else until you're married and someone just, you've known all your life, but you have kids at the same time your friends do. You get buried in the same cemetery as everyone else. It's all so fucking boring.
Do you really want to go? Or do you just not want to be here?
I don't know.
You look like you feel guilty.
What happens if I leave? My parents grew up here. My whole family is here. What if something goes wrong?
Nothing will go wrong. You leave, I leave, we all grow up.
But you don't know that. What if something happens and you have to stay here, and then I leave and everyone else stays, and then you all forget about me? What if I miss it all?
What if you miss something else that was meant for you here?
watching for vampires. I think we both know that you're on the right path.
Are the cards ready?
You rushed them. They were not ready.
Damn. What does it say? Nellie, what does it say?
How confident are you in your ability not to die? If you touch that right now, you will die right now and not a week from today when the spirits told me that you would.
You said cards don't work that way. They can't tell you when I'm
The
gonna die.
cards did not tell me. The spirits did. They're probably just kidding now.
What did they say?
Are you in the headspace to receive information that could potentially hurt you? Edgar, the Fool, and Death. So which one are you?
Looks like the Fool.
I'm thinking Death.
I know you.
And I know you. You're Frank Mail.
He is. Wait, I thought cards could not.
Everyone's been looking for you.
Me? Fuck that. I can't imagine why.
You've been gone for weeks, missing.
Weeks. Shit.
I have been trying to contact someone about you.
With a poker deck?
Tarot cards. I keep asking my mother to get me some good ones from Italy, but we don't have the money right now, so I made these ones myself. They help me communicate with the spirits. They work best here. It's where I get the good responses, more than one word.
Won't do you any good. No talking with cards.
Are you drunk?
Oh.
Why are you here?
Hiding out. Getting away. I know you.
You said that already.
I do. I know you. You know me?
You're Frank Mail.
You're the Grins girl. Henry's kid. Nora.
Nellie.
I don't know you.
Phoebe Marley.
Must have a lot of talent to read those cards.
The spirits think so too.
Smart spirits. What can they tell me?
You want to know?
Yeah.
Okay. Cards. The Hierophant. The past. You're wise.
He doesn't look wise.
The present. Justice. Do you feel balanced?
Been stumbling a little bit.
Emotions.
Yeah, I'm perfectly fine.
Is that why you ran away for 3 weeks?
Read the next one.
Your future. Lovers.
Is that right for the man who left his wife worrying at home for weeks on end?
What'd you fucking say?
They didn't mean anything by it.
Why are you out here anyway?
Looking for you.
Cemetery's not a place for kids to be playing around.
We're not playing.
Well, cards are for games.
They're not a game.
You shouldn't be out here.
Neither should you.
What's that supposed to mean?
Maybe don't.
You've been out here for weeks. All of Chicago's looking for you, and you've been wandering around drinking. But don't you have a wife and kids to take care of?
You don't talk to me that way.
I'll bet you can't even remember the beginning of our conversation. Wait, stay back.
Just like Minnie. Get you all on her side. Probably lying to you. That goddamn bitch.
We don't have to talk about that.
She's trying to make me seem like a bad guy. I'm not a bad guy.
If you don't leave, we'll tell the police where you are.
What?
We'll get the police.
No, you won't.
Get away.
The spirits say this is a bad idea.
Shut up, bro. Shut up about the damn spirits or I'll slit your fucking throat.
And if you don't get that bottle away from her, I'll crush your fucking skull.
You? With what?
There's a brick in the bottom of my satchel. If you don't leave in the next 3 seconds, I'll use my throwing arm to launch it at your head.
You don't have the guts.
Wanna bet?
I'll throw my brick right at you. Yeah, slam it right through your head. I wonder what the sound of bone caving into your brains will feel like. You think it'll break all at once, or splinter first? Because if it splinters first, then I should hit a few more times.
Cool it. I'll fucking go.
Yeah.
Spirits.
Nellie? Nellie, you're scaring me. Should I wake Laura up? Or anyone? Everyone? Do you want me to leave you alone? Can you talk? Or look at me? Let me help you.
Hi.
Can I help you?
Just scared.
I've never seen you scared.
I've never seen you serious.
Well, it's serious.
I don't think I've ever been
I
scared.
didn't mean that. I'm glad I could get him to leave in time.
Yeah, you're a real St. George.
But it's not what
I know. Don't worry.
I'm sure you could have handled it by yourself. I was just backup. Maybe you should sleep. I don't know what everyone else didn't wake up.
He's been drunk this whole time. Weeks just out here by himself.
It seems like they kind of would.
I want to leave.
But I can walk you home. But we can go 20 minutes without some logic now. I mean, what's the chance a vampire shows up anymore?
There aren't any vampires.
You don't think so?
Frank Mayo wasn't bitten by anything. He's just a man who sucks.
Yeah. Vampires could still.
Vampires don't exist. They're bullshit.
Don't be like that.
Like what?
You're supposed to be a believer.
I am not a believer. I'm the weird ghost girl. Girl who talks to the dead. Girl who waits out at midnight every Friday to sit in the dirt and waste her time waiting for nothing. And the whole town thinks I'm weird for it. Laura does, Alice does. And it makes me vulnerable. I don't want to be vulnerable. I can't be vulnerable. I fucking can't.
You're not vulnerable.
Did you watch what just happened? Where's the brick?
Brick?
One you threatened him with. I didn't see you bring it.
I lied. There's no brick. I mean, I'm barely strong enough to bring my satchel as it is. Imagine if there was a brick in there.
Laura doesn't find out about this.
What?
She can't find out that Frank Mayo's just been drunk out in the woods by himself for the past 3 weeks. She'd be crushed.
So when we see a vampire, do we...
No questions.
What happens if we...
You shouldn't have any questions.
But why do I want to mess this up?
Your mom knows something about you had you.
That's not very nice.
I don't care if it's not nice. Life isn't nice. Don't expect me to be.
I don't know what I'm doing wrong.
Everything.
No, really, I don't know.
And I'm telling you, you're doing everything wrong.
I'm doing the best I can. I read so much. All the books I would let me, even the ones that were scary. I know everything about vampires now. And other monsters too. Did you know that there's a swamp monster in the lake?
Of course I knew that. You aren't brave enough.
Not?
It's plain and simple.
I am brave though, I am.
You aren't.
I am.
You aren't. You couldn't even read Frankenstein. You said it was too scary.
Well, I just said you couldn't read the book either.
That's because it was too boring. It wasn't scary enough.
Well, I've done lots of other brave things though. Like the time I broke my arm, I didn't even cry at all.
Doesn't matter now, does it? This isn't about broken arms. This is life and death. Mostly death. The prevention of death. The prevention of death and the fulfillment of life, and you aren't suited for it.
But I'm here, aren't I? I'm waiting with you even though it's way past my bedtime. And I've been keeping an eye on the clock and doing everything you've said. I'm on the latest shift tonight, early in the morning. That's when the spirits are supposed to wander, isn't it? I've investigated every rustle, every twig snapping, and I don't know what else there is to do.
Go into the tomb.
What?
If you're so brave, go into couch tomb. Too scared?
It sounds dangerous.
Scared of danger?
I don't want to get hurt.
And if you're smart, you won't. I'm not asking you to do a lot. I'm sure it's something Phoebe wouldn't do, or Nellie, or anyone else for that matter.
Everyone else is older than me.
And I'm the bravest out of everyone, and I'm not the oldest. So go into the tomb.
What's inside of it?
What do you think? Dead bodies.
How many?
At least 3. Probably more.
Oh, that's so many.
There should be more. It was supposed to fill all the way up to the ceiling. But when they stopped using the land as a cemetery, they made the couches stop putting their bodies in there. But Ira's in there. Definitely Ira. And probably his father.
What does he look like?
Dead. For 50 years, kind of dead too, with rotting eyes and skin falling off and a fake dead man smile. I'll bet his fingers aren't even fingers anymore, just dusty old bones that are crumbling and flaking away.
Please stop, please, I don't want to hear this.
You can't even hear this. Imagine what you'll be like when you're looking at it.
Well, I won't be looking at it, I won't be going in.
Yes, you are.
No, I don't want to look at a dead body.
You have to.
Or what?
Or you're kicked out of the vampire hunters.
You can't do that.
Of course I can.
But that's the big decision we have to vote.
We are voting. It's 50-50 now. Tied. And if it's tied, we each toss a coin. And I don't think you'd want to play me in a coin toss.
What about everybody else? They're asleep.
We'll state that every present party votes. We are the present party. We vote.
But they're present. They're just asleep.
Not conscious, not present. So go in.
And make sure no one gets hurt while I'm gone.
I've been doing that all night. Get going. Where's Edgar? Where is he, Laura?
He's in the.
Oh, you didn't.
What?
It's funny. What the fuck is wrong with you? Ida, wake up! Ida, Nellie, Phoebe, wake up! Wake up!
What's going on?
Laura got Edgar stuck in the tomb.
What?
Help me open the door. It's too heavy. Oh, no, stop! Leave him in there for a little bit.
He's
Let's hear it.
terrified.
He is always terrified. Maybe a couple minutes inside the tomb will be good for him.
With dead bodies?
Nellie, last week you told me we could learn from dead bodies. They tell us secrets.
Not these dead bodies! They aren't the secret telling kind. Bodies can only learn secrets from other bodies. And these bodies haven't been around long enough around other bodies for them to learn those secrets. Those are just bodies, Laura.
Nellie, come on.
You're too easy on him. That was easy? He's not strong yet. He's too young for all of this. He shouldn't be here.
That's not fair, and you know it.
It's not fair that you all voted Edgar in just because he's Ida's brother. We don't even know his real credentials. children hunting for vampires. Laura, there are no credentials. He couldn't even spend 2 minutes in a tomb. How can we expect him to hold his ground if a vampire shows up?
This is stupid. I'm leaving.
You can't leave. The meeting isn't over yet.
Fuck you, Laura. We aren't St. George. We don't have swords. We're kids, all right? And we don't just get to close a storybook at the end of all this. If someone dies, then that's it.
It was just a little fun. I'm not having fun.
Come on, we only have a few hours left. What if Frank Mail shows up? What if we miss him? Frank Mail is dead. He's not coming back. Even if it was vampires that took him, he's not going to come back and magically get better if we find him. He's been gone for 3 weeks. He's fucking dead. We don't know that yet. What about me? We can't let her down. It's not our job to help her, Laura. Who says we can't make a difference?
We've been doing this for weeks. What difference have we already made?
We're supposed to stick together until the end. We agreed.
When have we agreed on anything? It's always been you. You're the head knight. You decide the watch, you call the meeting times, you sign off on everything.
Do not.
Who made the decision to push Edgar into the tomb? You are so full of shit.
I only did it because he already said why you did it. How does that make it any better?
I'm sorry.
Are you really sorry? Or are you just upset that we won't give in to you this time?
I feel shaky.
I don't want to hear about the spirits,
Not
Nellie.
the spirits. This is wrong. We shouldn't be doing this. It's dangerous.
Since when was the girl who consorts with demons afraid of danger?
Oh, they aren't demons. I keep telling you. They're spirits, and they don't kill you if you're nice. Couch Tomb isn't as kind. These aren't good spirits, but you won't listen. The feelings I get here, I don't want to do this anymore. No, it's not. It's not okay. I told you. I said that the spirits didn't want me here, and you told me you didn't want to hear about it.
Not what I meant.
I don't care what you meant. I don't care anymore.
Come on, what about Frank? Don't you want to save him?
Why would I want to save anyone who doesn't care about me? Because his wife is looking for him? She's better off without him. He's gone doing fuck knows what. There's no point to any of this.
Come on, Nellie. Ask the spirits. I'm sure they can tell you where Frank is hiding out. Maybe then we'll find a whole nest of vampires.
We won't find any vampires.
Yes, we will.
No, we won't, Laura.
If you just try to help out instead of playing your own
The
game,
cards are not a game.
then prove it. Show us where Frank is.
It doesn't work like that.
I guess you can't really talk with the spirits after all.
Frank Mail's been out drinking this whole time.
Phoebe.
He what?
During our watch, he came near the tomb. He was drunk. He asked me for this.
And you both just decided to say fuck all about it?
I didn't want you to be sad.
Well, I'm angry now. Is that better? Wait, so he's not even dead? He's just a bad husband? So then, why are we even here? There's no reason to stay. Well, what about all of this? What about me? Well, now there really isn't a reason to stay.
This is fucked. Nellie, come on.
Wait, Nellie, don't go!
Sorry, Laura. The cards. I'm a follower.
This is all your fault.
I didn't do anything.
Laura, that is not fair.
If you had just kept your mouth shut or not gone on my nerves so much, everyone would still be here. You ruined everything.
Where are you going?
Going to find a dragon to slay.
I officially call this meeting of the vampire hunters to a close, I guess. What are you doing? We have to go.
I made a promise. I told Laura I wouldn't leave here until my watch was over. Something could still be out there.
He's drunk. There's nothing to watch for. Laura isn't even here.
I promised.
Thank you all for coming to the show. I hope you enjoyed it. I don't know what voice I'm doing. If you're thank you so much for coming. If you are interested in what we're doing, we have like more things coming up soon. So you can look up our Instagram. Our newsletter is linked on there. I send out emails about stuff every now and then. But Instagram is like the place to find us. It's just Municipal Whole Company. And